What's up, friend? I'm Coach Tanysha Renee with Tonal, and today I'm with Elevate. We're gonna talk a little bit about how faith is gonna move us through challenging and difficult times. You're gonna get to know a little bit about me, and through it all, we're gonna move our bodies together. You ready to get started? One of my favorite moves to do is a squat to press. It's gonna be full body, your core is gonna be involved as your body stabilizes. You're gonna work the upper body overhead. If you've ever been on a plane and nobody has been kind enough to help you with that heavy luggage that you pack too much, this is gonna be a good one for you, okay? So we're gonna grab a hand on each hand. Hands are gonna come right outside the shoulders, feet are about hip width apart. We're gonna start in the squat, so send the hips back, hinge through the hips. As we lift up at the top, extend the arms all the way through. And we can do this about 8 to 10 times. The weight is definitely gonna be different for everybody, but again, how many times are you in this movement where you need to stand up, sit down, coming out of the bed, coming off of the sofa, leaving the dinner table, right? And even putting things up overhead, putting your dishes away, reaching for things in the linen closet, and done. The catalyst for me moving into fitness. A little bit of an interesting story because I started honestly in high school in the weight room, and that was the thing for me. I was on the track and field team, and if you ran track or any of the varsity sports, you must strength train in order to maintain your muscle mass, prevent injuries. And so I got the bug way back in 9th grade. Became a certified personal trainer in 2004, did that for a couple of years, and then I said, you know what? I need a big girl job. Did corporate America for about 10 plus years, and finally, after you do all the things, right? Your calling is gonna pull you back to it every single time, and so I got pulled back to fitness. I needed to go back to the thing that lit me up, and really the thing that fired me up was being able to give back. Okay, let's get into our body weight variation of that squat to overhead press. So from here, yes, you can keep this as a squat with the hinge through the hips, bending through the knees, or what you really can do on this one is take this back to like gym class. I call this like my gym class hero. Forward fold, tap the ground, reach up, arms are gonna come up. You're gonna give me a little calf raise at the top. So stretch the hips out, stretch the hamstrings out, reach up. And that down to up is really gonna start to elevate your heart rate, but also give you a nice little mobility flow, reaching straight up. Obviously, this is low impact, but as you start to do it, you're gonna notice, oh, I'm breathing a little heavier than I was before. So don't discount the small movements, right? Last and final one for me, and last for you. Go ahead and shake that all out, shoulders roll back. Okay, faith. Faith is the assurance in things hoped for, yet unseen. And let me tell you something, for myself, the one time I really had to lean into faith, I mean like hard, like lean all the way, whole body in, is when I ran my first marathon. I had tendonitis in my knee. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. Everyone that I trust advised me to defer and wait it off. But you really do have to listen to yourself and trust that inner voice that talks to you, that higher voice that speaks to you. And I knew I could do it. Maybe it wasn't gonna be my best time, and I really had to rely on the faith, one step by one step. Sometimes I had to walk throughout those 26.2 miles, and that was okay. I made it through, but I will tell you, you have to believe in the things unseen. But let's go ahead and move into our next movement. Great for the body, lunging. So I'm gonna grab my handle, and this is our goblet lunge. The load is gonna be in the front of the body, which is gonna really require the back half of my body to hold me up and support me. I've got this one load coming here, so I'm gonna counterbalance that by leaning back, all right? Once I turn that weight on, I'm gonna step back knee down towards the ground. I got 90 in the front, 90 in the back, but I'm gonna use that front leg. That's my working leg to lift my body to the top, all right? So let's do a couple of those together. We lift up, and again, I'm pushing off. Even though that back leg is the one that's stepping back, it might feel like that's your leg that's actually gonna work. It's your front glute that you're pressing the heel into the ground, you lift your body to the top. And I know, even for myself, when I talk to you, I'm talking to me, right? So when I say or suggest or give you the admonition to keep the shoulders down, it's because even for myself, sometimes they start to hike up a little bit, but you wanna really keep them locked down. Think about sliding the shoulder blades down the pockets, your back pocket. And last one here. And done. Ladies, as we are starting to age, everybody wants to stay in as much shape, keep as much muscle mass as possible, have the body be toned, if you will. And in order to do that, my best suggestion are to do things that are accessible to you. May not always have the accessibility to a machine like Tonal or specific gyms or even like hand weights and things of those natures. So really try to incorporate wellness into your everyday living. So that means taking the stairs when you can and avoiding the elevator if possible. That also means walks in a community. A lot of times you gather your friends maybe after dinner, maybe in the middle of the day. That 3 o'clock slump for some of us already is like, hey, I need to move my body. But my second suggestion is definitely gonna be find something you enjoy doing. Because if you're only doing the activity because everyone told you to do it or everybody else is doing it, you ain't gonna do it. Okay, so you gotta do something that you actually enjoy doing, and then again, it will be seamless, effortless, and you'll do it again and again. My third suggestion is diet, right? The body. It's like your favorite jeans. You think about your organs and the rest of your body. Your favorite pair of jeans, you wear them again and again and again and again, and what happens? They got holes in between the thighs. You don't rub them out because they are worn out in the same places. How you feed and supply the body, how often you make the digestive system work and how hard you're making it work is gonna wear the body down. So again, trying to find whole grain, whole foods that come in the form that you're gonna eat them, not banana flavored, just eat the banana. You know what I mean? So again, those would be my 3 suggestions. Definitely do things that you enjoy doing, ease them into your everyday life, and be kind to your body with your diet. But let's get into our variation of that goblet reverse lunge. And we're gonna just use our body weight for this. Now, the cool thing about anything that you're doing with body weight, you have all of the opportunities and all of the remixes that you wanna do with it. So for that first one we did, we just stepped back with one leg. But now that we have nothing in the hands, nothing to keep us stopping, we can turn this into an alternating movement. And again, I'm still going 90 degrees in that front leg and 90 degrees in the back. And the main goal, as we get a little hinge through the hip and work the hip, we're also gonna work the glute and the hamstring. So drive that front heel into the ground. And again, quads get a little bit of action. Cool thing about doing it with the body weight, you're gonna have your core stabilize you and come into play to keep that balance on the body, which we 1000% need as we start to age. Stand up nice and tall, shake it out. One impact that I'd like to leave on the fitness community is inclusivity. Movement belongs to everybody, and everybody has a way to do it. I think my classes and my philosophy and how I approach fitness is really, let's find a way, whether that's a modification, whether that's a location, let's find a way to move our bodies and to do what we do. And also be welcoming to everybody who may not have 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Maybe they don't even speak the language that you speak, but movement for me is like music, it's like a dance, and we are all privy and welcome to it. All right, y'all, this is gonna be our final movement of the day. It's gonna be a plank, also known sometimes as a pillar bridge. And I want you to think about all the times that maybe you are grabbing something underneath the sofa and you've gotta get your body back up. Or if we are aging, we're part of that aging population. If nobody else is around and we do unfortunately have a fall, we do wanna be able to get ourselves back up by ourselves, okay? So a plank is gonna be phenomenal for this. Hands are gonna come to the ground, and you can do this in a high plank with the palms on the ground, hands underneath the shoulders, or you can go ahead and bring your forearms down to the ground. You got options on this one. You're gonna take your tailbone, tuck it under, squeeze the glutes, and even if you need to push the weight towards the heels, that's an option. You're gonna work the quads, you're also gonna work a little bit of the shoulders and a lot of the core. Now, the cool thing about this, if you're still here and you're playing, I want you to hold it there, okay? But while I'm talking to you, I'm gonna grab this bench. For those of us who maybe cannot get all the way down onto the floor, we're gonna bring the floor to us. So you get a bench or something sturdy, and you can do that exact same movement, whether it's in that high position or the forearms on the bench also. Now the cool thing, you know I love me a variation, some modifications. We can also turn this into a push-up to plank. We alternate between down, up, low down, get the heart rate to elevate. Alternate your hands as you lift and lower. And our last one together right here. Shake this out. Team, I'm your coach, Tanysha Renee with Tonal, and thank you for joining me today with Elevate. We talked about our faith and how it moves us through those difficult moments. You got to learn a little bit about me, and hopefully soon I'll get to know a little bit more about you. But at the end of the day, we kept moving. We are more alike than we are different.